What do we have in terms of first trades? We'll get those and then sort of get going from there. I think there are, of course, individual names and stocks with news flow, not many, but there are a few. There are these brokerage upgrades and downgrades, more downgrades than upgrades today. But of course, there is a list of stocks which perhaps we carry over from yesterday. Financials top the list there. NBFCs and sort of financials, which have done well for 2 days in a row, Friday and yesterday. So more steam, we'll find out. About the first ones coming up, what do we have? 25,161. I think we're basically back to almost yesterday's highest level. And the Nifty Bank is also starting higher, but barely so, 56,850. So it's now blinking red and green, the Nifty Bank. The Nifty is steadier with about a 0.25% gain coming through. Mid-cap index is up about a third, and I think you've got the small-cap index, which is up about a 0.25% or so as well. So that's the overall picture, the heat map, and we'll give you a quick snapshot view as always. It's all up, mostly in the green. Everything up, actually. Just 4 names, which are starting in the red. And I think we highlighted a bunch of those for specific reasons earlier with Eternal, with Karan Thorani, and of course, Mangalam just talking about Paints and Asian Paints there is one of the stocks in the red. Surabhi.
Yeah, I mean, financials not off to the best start this morning. Maybe taking a bit of a breather. Friday, Monday, we've got 2 good days on the board. So the Bank Nifty is very quiet. The one financial stock that's bucking that trend is Jana Small Finance Bank. Jana was up about 5% last I checked because they're applying for a universal bank license to the RBI. Anyway, back to the Nifty. So 50 points up. What's leading it? Grasim, because of that Morgan Stanley note that Nigel mentioned. Actually, Morgan Stanley is even optimistic on Ultratech. They're saying Ultratech, the target price has been increased to 14,000. So that's a thumbs up coming in from Morgan on both of those 2 stocks. Shriram Finance still finding some gains, 0.5% on the upside. There's BEL, which is 1% higher. There is Tata Steel, ONGC, NTPC. These are some of the early leaders. Maruti Suzuki managing 0.5%, Infosys managing 0.5%, a little bit of a green tick on Geofinance as well. And then it starts fizzling out. Wipro is managing about 3-4 rupees of an up move, and it's getting very quiet. The Nifty is finding it difficult to, by the way, hold on to the opening pop. Now we're talking just about 26, 27 points on the upside. So there is some pressure building in. Okay, so what is down? HDFC Life on the lower side. Asian Paints, the stock that Mangalam just spoke of, 1% lower. And then it's the financials. HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, they're all pulling things lower. And the consumer stocks are also not in the best form this morning. HUL, Tata Consumer, Nestle, all of them on the red side of the screen. So it's getting really quiet. The Bank Nifty is now showing red. And the Nifty is tracking a gain of just about 20 points. So not able to sustain convincingly above this trading high that we've been speaking of.
Well, a couple of stocks are in focus. Jindal saw the problem for them in the past has been no visibility in terms of growth. Now they've laid out a capex, so the street likes it. So it explains why the stock is up 3.5%. Keep in mind, yesterday it ran up close to around 5% ahead of the announcement. But today it's building on, telling you that this is a positive. So that stock is up and about in today's trading session. ITD Cementation, stock of the morning up 900 points. Stock is higher on the 900 crore order win that they have got for a captive jetty in Odisha. So that's up close to around 8%. Big move is what we are seeing out there. IFB Industries, one of the stocks that we don't talk about very, very often, but it's been a big underperformer. They had an analyst con call, and in fact, they are talking about guiding for cost reduction benefits from the second quarter. However, Equerris, though they are long on the stock, they say given their long track record of disappointment, they're going to wait by for delivery. For the time being, though, the stock is up close to around 4.5% or thereabouts. A good move is what we are seeing out there. Premium Energies, the large trade got done, the stock is up. Seems to be a trend now. Once the large trade gets out of the way, the stock, in fact, recovers. So though it was at a bit of a discount, that stock is up and about. And Protein E-Cover, the other stock that we had highlighted earlier today, that as well doing very, very well in today's trading session. Big move is what we're seeing on that name as well. The headline index, though, as you all mentioned, more or less flattish, flattening out as we speak. The Nifty Bank, a little bit of an underperformer.
No, absolutely. Lots of names are coming up. We got still, by the way, got about 1,800 stocks which are higher and about 450 stocks which are lower. So that is the overall market advance decline ratio. Reliance Power and Reliance Infra are back to slightly more winning ways, 2%, 3% each on those names. And I think ITD, Jindal SAW, etc. we've mentioned. Yesterday, the railway stocks continue to move. RailTel is up 2.5%. And it's coming up as the third largest volume-led gainer. Grasim, of course, I think Nigel mentioned 3% with that call as well. Kernex is another railway name, though, actually. 3.5% higher here. Cosmo First. Basically took a 5-day break after moving up from 650 rupees to about 1150. 5-6 days break and then back 5% higher. It's limit up on Cosmo First, 1,217 on about 130 thousand shares. There is this defense name, used to be SME, but now in the main board, decent volumes. That's why I'm mentioning it. 5% on Nibe, 1765 is where that is coming up at. But, you can find more names down the list, but volumes kind of start to drop off very, very, very sharply, very, very fast. Capri, of course, there's I think block 3.5% lower. 175 was up sharply yesterday. And Shakti Pumps and a few others. JM Financial is down about 2%. Motilal Oswal is down about 1%. Sona Comstar is down 1%. RBL is down 1%. 5-Star is down about 2%. Chola Finance is down about 1%. And so it goes. So the question, is basically that, right? I mean, beyond 2 days, 3 days, will the big move in financials start to fade out a little bit? Looks like, at least the first indication is that it is very sharp gains on some of these names over the last 2 days. Surabhi.
On Nibe, Prashant, the thing with defense is that you'll keep getting this trickle of positive news flow in terms of orders, more procurement. And that's what's keeping this one higher, because yesterday they got the approval from DRDO on the bridging systems that they do, basically mobile bridging systems. And speaking of order wins, keep an eye out on Bharat Dynamics and BEL as well. On a quiet morning like this, there's some green flashing on these defense stocks because of all the buzz that is doing the rounds, that there could be 30,000 crores worth of additional procurement for the next range of surface-to-air missiles, which is keeping some green on these stocks as well. So defense news flow continues to be positive.
No, absolutely. And I think, this trickle of news flow around defense perhaps will continue. BEL is another one which is up about 1.33%. More on this as we go along.